Greetings. There was a red herring which has been put forward by organised medicine in various countries that patients only think that they get results from chiropractic. Now, you can't interview babies with colic or poor sleep patterns, but you can show evidence relating to anecdotes from chiropractors about what results they've seen with a wide variety of non-human patients. Now, as you know, spines have nerves which come out in between the vertebra, whether it's in a human or in another vertebrate, and when they get nerve interference, it can change the way that the message can go from the brain to the tissue cell and from the tissue cell back to the brain. That change can impact on the health of a patient. Peter Lewis Rome is a very talented writer, and I was fortunate to work with him on a case-by-case report anecdotes that was reported in the Chiropractic Journal of Australia. And the purpose of doing this is it can go out to the academic libraries of the world and then be quoted as referenced material. So in these case histories we had Clarice the cow, Walter the rat had a prolapsed bowel and paralysis of the back legs, a galah had become so dizzy it couldn't walk straight or stand on its perch, and Ken Bagg, a chiropractor from Fremantle, adjusted a shark with a scoliosis. They have cartilaginous equivalents to a vertebral spine, and all got good results. Now, the purpose of doing this was to refute the baloney, the red herring, that chiropractic patients only think they get better. There's a whole series of these red herrings put up, but the real reason why medicine opposes chiropractic globally is because if everybody who knew that they had a subluxation related disorder went to a chiropractor and got their subluxations located and adjusted, then there would be a huge loss to multinational pharmaceutical companies, because when you get rid of nerve interference and the component goes back to working right, the galah was no longer dizzy, Walter's prolapsed bowel retracted, and so on. So it's a very important issue. Now, I'll show you some case histories just about some of the patients we've had here. Thanks for watching. Now, what's the dog's name?
Nita.
And what's her story?
I bought her or rescued her from the Swan Animal Haven.
Yep.
6 years ago.
Yep.
With her sister Annie.
Yeah.
Both very, very timid, but lovely dogs.
Yeah.
We've come a long way.
Right.
Since then, though, she started getting a bit slower.
Right. Slower which way?
Well, she's reluctant to get off the bed, or she was at least, reluctant to get off the bed when we came home. Would just look at us and wag her tail, but not actually get up to greet us. She's a bit slower to start in the morning.
Yeah.
You know, so we thought it was time to bring her.
And since she's been adjusted, what difference do you see?
Well, she gets up and wags her tail and greets us. It's really great.
And is she wide awake during the day?
Definitely, yeah. If we go out, she's the first one out of the door. She's really, really much better. In the mornings is a noticeable difference, but during the day, she gets up,
right,
she wags her tail, and she has just as much fun as everybody else now.
Very good. Okay, stand her up, please. Now, if you're wondering, am I short of hair? No, I'm not. She's molting.
Yes, she is.
So, can you feel when I touch that? That sort of makes her want to drop.
Yes.
Yeah. That's another one. It's nowhere near as sore as she was when we started.
No, no. She used to flinch and sag.
Yeah. And it's as simple as that. How often am I seeing her now?
Once a week.
Yep, stick with that. And that's what we need to do.
Good girl.
Okay. Your second companion?
Yes,
Uh,
Annie.
What is the story on your second companion?
Same as the first. They were sisters in the Swan Animal Haven. They'd lived there for 6 years. So when I got them, they're pretty tense, pretty anxious, very timid. But yeah, same ailments, a bit slow in the morning.
What about the fence?
Oh yeah,
Yeah.
the wall. We've got an over a metre high wall, which she used to hesitate jumping off of. Now she sails down it, which is not very good, but she does.
And what about her sleep?
Well, this is good, yes. Annie doesn't relax very much. She's the protector of the whole property. But we've noticed that she's started snoring, and I've asked Michael, and he said it's probably down to being adjusted, very relaxed, much happier, more comfortable.
Yep. The difficulty with that is that people who snore after chiropractic care may take legal action against the chiropractor. The suppression of human understanding of this reality, that the bone gets out of place, loses movement, irritates the nerve and changes the way the body works, impacts on all humans who have subluxation related disorders and all non-human vertebrates who have them. Now, most people wouldn't think of taking their cat or their galah or their pet rat to a chiropractor. But when you think about it, it makes very good sense that if the bone's out of place and lost its movement, irritating the nerve, changing the way the component works, that whether it's a human or an animal, they will benefit by getting their subluxations located and adjusted. Please consider this when you're thinking about the people you know, pets you know, who may have subluxation related disorders. Thanks very much.